What if you could charge local businesses $3,000 upfront and $497 monthly subscriptions just by selling websites? Well, with these new types of websites, they use AI and automations you can. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to build these websites in just a few hours and how to find clients today. And stay with me because later in this video, I'm going to show you what the top 1% of business owners are doing right now to land clients. But first, what makes our websites different than your typical everyday website? All right, so I have Google Maps pulled up here. Let's go ahead and look at what a bad website looks like. So let's go ahead and click on the first result. And let's see. Okay, this website doesn't even work. So let's go to the next one. These places don't have websites. All right, let's go to the next one right here. Okay, so this is a really good example of what a bad website would look like. They've been around for a while here, but clearly have not put a lot of work into their website. The only way to reach them, I guess, is this phone number. Let's see. Okay, we can't even click on the phone number to call them. Let's try the contact button. Okay, there's no form here. Same thing again, we click on that number, we can't even call the business. So if we're on mobile, which most people are, you wouldn't even be able to dial directly from your phone. You'd have to try to memorize the phone number, I guess. So definitely not the best website out there. They definitely need some work, only have a couple pages and really nothing going on here. No way for leads to reach out to them. So this is a great example of what a bad website would look like and someone that could definitely benefit from our services. So about half of all businesses either have a bad website like the one I just showed you or no website at all. And with the majority of people finding out about businesses through online search, this creates a huge opportunity for us. All right, so this is an example of what a good website looks like. This is one that I built for my customer. As you can tell, there's some major differences between the website I just showed you and this one. First off, obviously mine looks a lot more clean, a lot more modern, has a nice video playing off in the background. But as we scroll through the website, you can see we make it really clear and understandable what services this business offers, because obviously that's one of the things that a visitor is going to look for when they visit a website. On top of that, we make it easy for a visitor or a lead to put their information in and reach out to this business, whether that be through this lead form right here or this chat widget bubble. We just want to basically start conversations with leads and business owners, right? And so anytime a lead puts their information in, the business owner has an app on their phone that's going to notify them, and then they can send them a text message or an email back to that lead and start a conversation that way. On top of that too, if maybe the business owner is unavailable, we can actually hook up AI to this chat widget right here, and it can actually have a full-on conversation with that lead, answer questions, whatever that lead needs to know about this business, the AI chatbot can do it for this business owner. On top of that, I have this estimation tool right here where a lead can put their information in, answer some basic questions, and then the business owner will get all the information. They can get a quote or an estimate ready for this lead and then hopefully turn them into a paying customer. So it's another great way to capture leads information and hopefully convert them, like I said, to a paying customer. And then another thing we can offer too is actually an AI receptionist for this business. So it actually just connects right to the business owner's phone, and the AI receptionist can take over phone calls, it can book appointments, answer any questions a lead might have about this business, and just kind of take over a lot of the basic day-to-day tasks that a business owner maybe has to do, whether that be answering questions or talking with leads about their different services. So just another great feature we can have for our clients. And as you can tell, we're creating these services and these automations to not only save the business owner time, but obviously generate them more money, generate them more leads. And so that's what really separates these websites from the basic websites that we saw earlier. So we know what separates our websites from the other ones out there, but we still need to set them up. Luckily, you really only need one software to do this, and it's the one that I use for all of my clients. The software is called GoHighLevel. It's where we can build out all the websites, connect the automations, and even set up the AI. And with this software, we have everything we need to charge our clients $3,000 setup fees and $497 monthly subscriptions. GoHighLevel is great because it's only $297 a month, and with that, we can have an unlimited number of website clients, which means we don't have to pay every time we bring on someone new. And if you want to try out GoHighLevel, you can do so using an extended 30-day free trial linked below. And if you do, you'll also get access to 3 weekly mentoring calls with me, a full library of custom website templates, custom lead lists to help you land clients, and even more free bonuses to help you grow your agency faster. So we know what software we'll need to make these websites and run our agency, but how do we exactly start building them out? So GoHighLevel makes it really easy to build websites. They actually have a full library of ready to go templates that you can choose from. So if you go to a new website and go to from templates, you can see here they have over 1,000 different templates to choose from. You can just click continue, and you can literally just search for whatever business you're wanting to build a website for. So let's say you're wanting to build a landscaping business's website. You just type in landscape, and they have a bunch of different ones right here. You can type in plumber, for example, and you can go here and you can even preview the website. So if you want to decide if it's right for your business, you can just go through here and look, and obviously you'll have to replace the logo and stuff, but they make it really easy to do that. And I already have a website template that I like to use that I built out. This is a part of my template library, so I'm going to use this one really quick. But they make it really easy just to drag and drop things and change things up. It's very simple. So obviously you can just go in here, you can just really click on anything you need. So if you just click on, let's say you want to change expert plumbing service in South Carolina. Let's say you're not in South Carolina, you're in, let's say North Carolina. You just go in here, type in North Carolina, and let's say you want to say, serving the upstate of North Carolina. You can just type it in right there and make it super easy. So they make it really easy to just kind of drag and drop and just replace things. So let's say you want to change the color of something. Let's say you want to change the color of this whole section. You just go over here to the color button and pick out whatever color you want. So let's say you wanted to change it to a green color for whatever reason. You can change to green. If you don't like that, you can just click undo up here and it will go back. And then on top of that, let's say you wanted to add something. You can go to this add elements section right here. You can add in, let's say, a video to the website. Let's say you want to add in a map, for example. Let's say you want to show kind of the areas that this business maybe services. You can go here and you can add in the map. Let's say you don't like the map, you just delete it and then you just remove the map. And you can just take it out just like that, and then you're good to go. And so we'll just back out of this because we're not going to save any of those changes. And then on top of that too, I showed you that estimation form on my client's website. And part of my website templates, it comes with the estimation tool. So it's already pre-built, ready to go. You can actually edit it right from the website builder. So I just have it blank right here with question 1 with 3 options, but you can literally just edit it to whatever you want. Just click on edit survey and it will bring you this, bring the survey builder right up here. You can just click on whatever you want. And so let's say you want to go to options. Let's say you want to change question 1, option 1, 2, and 3. You change out option 1, 2, and 3. So let's say these, you may wanted to have, what is the client's budget, for example. You could say, 1,000, 2,000, and we'll say 3,000, for example. And then let's say we wanted to change out maybe the question, maybe like this, instead of saying question 1, we want to say, what is your budget? And we can just do just like that right there. And we make it super easy, and we can go through and we can change that for all these. I'll just do it for this one just so you can kind of see, but I don't want to save that because obviously we want to leave this blank. But that's exactly how you change these questions up. And GoHighLevel makes it really easy. And if you want to make one custom, let's say you're not using one of my already pre-built website templates or something like that, and you don't have the estimation form, you can go to form builder or a survey builder right here. And you can just click on add a survey and you can build a whole one and you can manage it all right from here. Same with the contact forms. If you want to do it through here, you can go to forms and build out your own. And they even sometimes already have some pre-built ones you can use as well. On top of that, we can actually have an AI chat widget down here. So mine is just the normal chat widget bubble, but we can actually have AI set up with it. So if I go really quick after it loads, I'll preview this website. You can see the chat widget bubble I showed you earlier. It should appear right down here in just a second. There it is. And so I can actually hook this up with AI too. Like I mentioned earlier, we can actually have AI and all that can be managed through HighLevel. You can set up the AI agents and that voice receptionist I mentioned earlier. You can do that all right here through the AI agents right here. You can set up conversation AI, you can set up voice AI and all that kind of stuff. So basically we're creating a system that is going to answer questions for this business owner. It's going to be able to manage everything on their behalf. And so the business owner can kind of be more hands off. And one of the ways to do that is through automations. So I know it looks scary, don't worry, it's actually not too complicated. I already have these already pre-built. That comes with my website templates as well. But let's say, for example, you're trying to create one for this business. You can actually go to the template section and they actually have a bunch of pre-built templates to choose from. So for example, let's say a customer is booking an appointment on this business's calendar. Maybe it's a consultation or whatever it is. You can click choose template. I'll just preview it for this example and it's already built out, ready to go. You don't have to do anything. Basically just connect it together, turn it on and it's ready to go. You don't really have to do anything. It's pretty hands off. And so it will send out those reminders and just confirm the booking with that business owner and with that lead that came in to book the appointment on that business owner's calendar. So GoHighLevel makes it really easy to set everything up. It doesn't take very long. You can do the website, the automations, the AI, all of that can be managed right through GoHighLevel. So as you can see, GoHighLevel makes it easy by having a place that we can run our agency, but also everything we need to manage our clients. And one of the reasons this business model is so lucrative is because we can charge setup fees to build the website and then a monthly fee to keep the website and automations active. But now that we have everything we need to build these websites, what's the best way to price our offer? All right, so this is an example of what you can expect to charge to your customers. You can obviously play around with these numbers as much as you want. This is just what I found really works well for me. And so how we break it down is into the essentials plan, the growth plan, the pro plan. The first one, the essentials, is really for someone that just wants a basic website. They get 3 to 5 pages. They'll get, any updates they need from you. They get a desktop and mobile friendly website, so it looks good on their phone as well as on computers. they get a lead capture form and a chat widget. That's basically just the contact form in the chat widget bubble. And then automated lead follow-up is anytime a client or a lead reaches out to them on the website, we're going to send them a text message and an email notifying the business owner, as well as letting the client or the lead know that we received their message. And then lastly, they can manage all those conversations through the mobile app that HighLevel provides for us. All right, so next is the growth plan. They get everything in the essentials plan, plus they get a 5 to 10 page website. They also get a 5-star Google review funnel, which is basically just a simple automation we set up for our client that sends out Google review requests after a job or a service has been finished, but we make sure that only the 5-star ones actually get posted on our client's Google profile. And then the next thing is we have the done for you estimation tool. That's just the simple survey questionnaire that we have on the website. And they also get an automated calendar booking. So just a simple calendar booking system we install on the website as well. And then like I showed you earlier with the automations that go off, we'll send them appointment reminders and things like that to make sure the lead actually shows up to the appointment. Last is the pro plan. They get everything in the essentials and everything in the growth. Then on top of that, they get a 10 to 15 page website. And then they also get the AI chatbot, which is basically the chat widget bubble, but we hook up AI to it so we can have a conversation with leads on the website. And then the last thing is just the AI receptionist. That's where we plug it up to the business owner's phone, and it's an AI receptionist that can handle all the incoming calls, book appointments, and all that kind of stuff. So you can play around with these numbers as much as you want. In the setup fee up here, you can decide how you want to do that. I like to do it where if they're needing a 3 to 5 page or a 5 to 10 page or a 10 to 15 page, that's how I determine the setup. So for example, 5 to 10 page website would be a $2,000 setup. 10 to 15 page website would be a $3,000 setup. So for example, if someone wanted the essentials plan, but they maybe wanted a 10 page website, but they didn't want this other stuff, you could charge them the $97 a month to keep all of this active, but then just charge a larger setup fee, like a $2,000 setup fee, just because you're building out more pages for their website. When you're first starting out, you can always waive the setup fees until you get more comfortable and start out by just collecting a monthly fee. That way you can cover your GoHighLevel cost as well as make some additional profit every month. Now that we know what to charge our clients, but now we need to find clients that are actually interested in our services. And over the past couple of years, I found 3 outreach methods to be the best. The first method is just literally going to Google Maps and just typing in whatever niche you're going after and then near me, and you'll get a bunch of results of all the businesses in your area and their Google profile that's going to show their website if they have one. And so you can see here, there's plenty of, plumbers, for example, around that just, don't have websites. And even the ones that do have websites sometimes can be really bad. Like, for example, this is the first result. If I just click on this one, like this one's not really the best. It's pretty outdated, like could definitely benefit from our services. And so I would just give them a call, tell them, we built them a brand new website. We'd love to show it to them. If they love it, great. If they hate it, no problem at all. That's the basic pitch. I have a full cold calling script that worked really well. You can get that linked below. Just take it, steal it, it's totally free. But yeah, that's a really great way. It's just by good old cold calling. You can easily get meetings this way. This is how I landed a lot of my customers when I was first starting out my agency. And then if you're going to be an affiliate of mine, you'll actually get a lead list like this. So for whatever niches you're going after, whatever area that you want to target, all that stuff, I'll provide those for you on an ongoing basis. But you can see, for example, these are just plumbers in my area, and there's hundreds that don't even have websites. These aren't even ones that have bad websites. These are just ones that don't have any websites. So you're talking over 500 that just don't have websites. That's 500 potential businesses that could benefit from our services. And then on top of that, we probably have another couple hundred that really don't have good websites, or maybe it links to just like a Facebook page or something. So, that's just showing you an example of how many opportunities there are out there, and how, there's a really huge market for businesses that need these websites that we're building them with these services. Next is networking groups, and I found these to be really beneficial. And what they are is basically a group of business professionals in your area that are looking to grow their businesses together. And so there's really 2 types you can be a part of. So the first one is one that you're going to maybe be a part of on a regular basis. You might go once every week, once every couple weeks, and you're going to meet with each other, and you're going to not necessarily try to sell to these people, but you're all trying to help each other grow your client base. So for example, there might be a landscaper there and a plumber there. And so you're going to try to refer them business. If you ever hear of someone that maybe needs a plumber or a landscaper, whatever it might be, you'll refer them business to that person in your networking group. But then on top of that, you'll have that landscaper and that plumber if they have any landscaping buddies or plumbing buddies or other home service businesses that they know about that maybe need websites that they're friends with, they'll refer them to you. And so it's a great way to grow your network. And a lot of these groups are sometimes, 10, 20, sometimes hundreds of people. And so you kind of have a bunch of people working for you in a way, because they're always keeping their eye out for people that might need your services. So it's a really great way to grow your network, and referrals are always the easiest, right? Because you already have a good word built in. And so it's really easy to make the sale when you get on a call with someone that's been referred to you. So that's the first type. The other type are one-offs. So these are business groups that you're gonna be maybe meeting with once every couple months, or maybe they're one-time events. And so these are actually really probably trying to sell to the people in the group, because you're not going to be a part of a networking group on a regular basis with these people. This is more of like you're just trying to go out there and find potential clients, right? So there's really two types. You can go to your local chamber of commerce, and so like mine right here, I'll just click on that and I'll show you. But they have events all the time. You can go to these events and you can register and go meet with people and just talk to people in your community. And so sometimes they're free, sometimes you have to pay for them. It just depends on what type of networking group they're hosting. But you can go on Eventbrite, Facebook, all that stuff. There are so many networking events out there. You can go, and I guarantee you just talk to these people and you'll find someone that needs your services. So it's another great way to kind of expand your client base is through networking groups. The last one that's worked really well for me is referral bonuses. So what this is basically you're gonna tell your friends, your family, like, hey, if you refer me any business, you can even do this for your networking group, but you just tell people, hey, if you refer me business, I'm gonna give you, a portion of that business. So let's say you're charging $1,000 setup fee for all of your websites that you're building. You can tell them like, hey, if you refer me business and they end up closing with me, I'll give you a $500, referral bonus, or I'll give you $250 as a thank you for, signing that client on to me. So whatever it is, however you want to work out the deal, but, offering that compensation, it works really well too with, current clients that you have. Maybe tell your current clients like, hey, I'll give you a free month or a free 2 months for every client you refer to me. And I've had clients before, well, they will refer me, 4 or 5 people just because they want so many, months free and paid for, and it doesn't really cost me anything, but then I get to bring on a bunch of new clients. So referral bonuses are a great way to grow your business, and it's a really good way to incentivize people to kind of work for you. So you can do this, with friends, family, but you can also do it with your networking groups too. If you're going to be a part of a regular networking group, referral bonuses are a great way to grow your business. Now we know how to find prospects, but we still need to know how to close them. So here's an overview of my 3-step closing framework. All right, so this is the exact closing framework that I've used to close all of my clients. I've spent a long time developing this. So if you'd like a full, in-depth, detailed copy of this exact framework, you can grab it linked below, totally free. But basically it's divided into 3 different parts: the discovery phase, the demoing phase, and the closing phase. First one, discovery phase, we're just learning about their business, right? So we just want to get to know them a little bit more, learn about what their goals are for the business, how long have they been in business, things like that, just learning a little bit more about them and who they are as a person. And that should be about 5 or 10 minutes you want to spend at the beginning of the call, just asking those basic questions and starting to build that rapport with them. Next is the demoing phase. So this is where we're going to show them the website that we built for them. Remember, we're not having to build this all from scratch. We're just going to use a website template, put their logo at the top, and we're just going to tell them that's the website we built for them. And so basically we're just going to go through, show them the calendar booking system, the estimation tool, all that kind of stuff. We're just gonna go through the whole website, everything, how it works, and just kind of show them the different features and see what really resonates with them. Lastly is the closing phase. So you've done the discovery, you've done the demo, now it's time to actually ask them for the sale. I have a few different closing options here you can read through, but the one that I found that works the best for me is I just assume the close and I just basically ask them, which plan makes the most sense for you guys? And usually they'll answer, oh, I think, the growth plan makes the most sense for us. Or, they'll pick one of the plans out, and then I just go in for the close just like that. I just say, I think that makes the most sense for you guys in your business. So what I can do is I can go ahead and send over that payment link. And then while you're filling that out, I'm going to go ahead and get this onboarding form ready. I just assume the close just like that. And usually it works really well. But there's a different closing options here you can go through, but I found that one to work really well for me. But not everyone is going to be just an easy lay down sale like that. You will have to overcome some objections from time to time. So I have a bunch of these different types of objection handles that you can read through here. But basically, the one that I like to use the best, and it works really well for any objection, is just do the 1 to 10 close. And so usually I'll ask them, if they're not really giving me much, if they're kind of be like, I don't know, I got to think about it, whatever it might be, just say, awesome, that sounds great. On a scale of 1 to 10, where do you feel like we are? 10 being like, you ready to move forward today. 1 being like, you wouldn't even buy it from me even if it was for free. And you can kind of laugh about it. And they'll usually be like, oh, I'm at like a 7. And you say, okay, why not a 1? And they'll tell you all the reasons. Oh, I love the website. I love this. I love that. And then you'd be like, okay, well, why are we not at a 10? they'll be like, oh, it's just a little expensive. And then you can just maybe be like, okay, it's a price objection. And then if you want to, you can give them a snap discount. Just be like, hey, I understand it's really expensive. What I can do for you guys, if you move forward today, I'd be willing to do it for $177 a month or, $147 a month. Are you opposed to that? And you can kind of go in for it like that. So those are just some of the greatest ways that I found that work really well for me. But there's a whole list of objection handles and different closing options you can get in this exact closing framework. So like I said, you can grab a free copy. It's totally linked below. I also have a full in-depth training on this exact framework. If you'd like to check out that video, it's also linked below as well. So now you know the exact framework of how to sell these websites to local businesses, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to go into detail on every moving piece of running an agency. So if you join my free school community linked below, you can access my free training where I go really in depth on how to set up, run, and grow your own website agency. But thanks so much for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to drop them down below or text me directly and I'll personally respond to you. But that's all I got for you. I'll see you in the next one.